It was a moment that sent shockwaves through Spain and beyond. The sun blazed over the Mediterranean Sea, the breeze danced with salt, and the shimmering waters of Majorca set the perfect stage for one of Europe's most prestigious yacht races. Among the skilled competitors was a familiar yet extraordinary figure, King Felipe VI of Spain, an experienced sailor, monarch, and national icon. But what was meant to be another thrilling display of nautical finesse almost turned into a tragic event that could have shaken the very foundation of the Spanish monarchy. Onlookers gasped, cameras rolled, and security teams sprang into action as a terrifying incident at sea left the nation holding its breath. This was no ordinary near miss. This was a sovereign in danger, a monarch tangled in the unpredictable fury of the open water. The king's love for sailing is no secret. Born into a royal tradition of excellence on water, Felipe has long been associated with the Copa del Rey de Vela, a renowned regatta that attracts elite sailors from across the globe. The event is deeply symbolic, not just a contest of skill but a celebration of Spanish maritime heritage. For King Felipe, it's personal. Sailing represents freedom, challenge, and legacy. Each summer, he trades the formal stiffness of the palace for the wind-swept thrill of the sea, swapping crown for compass. But this year's competition would take a harrowing turn that even the most seasoned royal watcher could not have predicted. On the second day of the regatta, Felipe was manning the helm of the Bribon, the sleek and celebrated sailing yacht he has captained numerous times. The sky was clear, visibility near perfect, and the wind favorable. Everything pointed to an exhilarating, safe day at sea. Yet, as the race intensified and boats jostled for optimal position, danger crept in silently, like a ghost beneath the waves. Suddenly, a powerful gust sent a nearby vessel swerving off course, colliding dangerously close to Bribon's starboard side. The impact was forceful enough to send a cascade of alarm across the sea. Royal security, always watchful but unobtrusive, immediately sprang into high alert mode, while sailors on board screamed urgent commands in a frantic scramble for stability. What made the moment more terrifying wasn't just the proximity of the colliding yacht, but the speed at which everything happened. Witnesses say there was barely a 5-second window between potential disaster and last-minute evasion. King Felipe, displaying the calm and discipline that have come to define his reign, reportedly grabbed the wheel, steered sharply, and avoided a full-scale collision by mere inches. Some on board were knocked off balance, equipment flew across the deck, and tension skyrocketed. Yet somehow, against the odds, catastrophe was averted. As the chaos subsided, a stunned silence took over the nearby boats. The commentators, until then exuberant and fast-talking, paused in disbelief. Had Spain just witnessed its monarch nearly perish in plain view? Phones captured shaky footage of the near miss, with several clips already going viral within hours. Spanish citizens, regardless of their political leanings or royalist views, expressed a rare moment of unified concern. The palace issued a calm, brief statement downplaying the incident, but those who saw the footage or were present at sea knew the truth. It had been a close call, far closer than protocol ever allows. This brush with disaster immediately sparked debates not just in Spain but across Europe. Should monarchs participate in high-risk sports? Is it appropriate for a reigning king to place himself in potentially life-threatening situations? Supporters argue that King Philippe's involvement in sailing shows his human side, his courage, and his connection to the people. Critics, however, insist that the symbolic value of the crown should be preserved and protected at all costs. A king, they say, belongs in courtrooms and council chambers, not on the unpredictable waters of the Mediterranean. Nevertheless, it is precisely this duality that defines Felipe VI. He is both king and commoner in spirit, a man as comfortable shaking hands with heads of state as he is trimming sails. His dedication to tradition, blended with a distinctly modern sensibility, has made him one of Europe's most respected monarchs. In many ways, this sailing scare only enhanced his image, portraying him as brave, capable, and composed under pressure. It echoed the ancient virtues of leadership, the captain who won't abandon his ship, the sovereign who faces danger head-on. Meanwhile, security protocols are now under intense scrutiny. Insiders reveal that future regatta safety measures may be dramatically altered. Additional royal escorts, designated sailing zones, and mandatory distance rules between yachts are just a few of the changes being discussed. Majorca's port authorities, event organizers, and royal aides have all been summoned for a thorough review. Though no formal blame has been assigned, whispers abound regarding a possible failure in maintaining distance during the competition, a mistake that, under different circumstances, could have cost a king his life. Queen Letizia, although not present on the yacht that day, was reportedly informed immediately. Sources close to the palace say she was deeply shaken, expressing gratitude that her husband escaped unscathed. The couple, known for their stoic public personas, appeared the next day at an unrelated event, smiling but clearly subdued. Their appearance was seen by many as a symbolic return to stability, a visual assurance to the Spanish people that all was well. Yet behind the diplomatic smiles and composed gestures, the emotional impact of the incident lingers. As the story unfolded across Spanish headlines and international broadcasts, one element became strikingly clear. King Felipe's brush with danger reminded the world that beneath the royal robes and ceremonial duties lies a man who dares, a king who sails not for show, but for soul. And in that, there is something profoundly moving. We are reminded of the fragility of life, the unpredictability of fate, and the sheer human resilience required to lead a nation, not from ivory towers, but from the edge of risk. Even the fiercest critics of monarchy paused to admire the king's presence of mind and physical prowess. Analysts across Europe highlighted how the moment, while terrifying, ended up reinforcing his public image. Spain's modern monarch had danced with danger and lived to sail another day. And in doing so, he gave the world a rare, raw glimpse of vulnerability and strength colliding in real time. In the weeks following the event, tributes and supportive messages poured in. Young Spaniards hailed the king as cool and gutsy, while older generations reflected on the legacy of a royal family that continues to evolve with the times. Conversations about leadership, courage, and national identity have surged, placing King Felipe at the center of an unexpected cultural moment. From late-night TV to primetime news debates, the incident has become more than just a close call. It's become a symbol, a story, a statement. As the Mediterranean tides calm and Majorca returns to its usual tranquil beauty, one cannot help but reflect on what might have been, and more importantly, on what truly happened. A king went to sea, faced the fury of the wind, and emerged not just unscathed, but elevated in the eyes of his people. His actions weren't dramatic gestures or choreographed heroism. They were instinctive, real, and deeply human. This wasn't just a royal scare, it was a national moment. A moment that will be replayed in headlines, remembered in royal biographies, and retold in future regattas. The sea gave Felipe a challenge, and he responded with courage. What remains is not just a story of danger narrowly escaped, but of character fully revealed. Now that you've followed this gripping journey from near tragedy to triumphant recovery, what do you think this moment says about modern royalty, personal bravery, and the enduring relationship between a leader and his people? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like this video if it kept you hooked, share it with fellow royal watchers, and don't forget to subscribe for more captivating royal news.